Edwards, you're still
I'm
there?
with you.
All right. We're rolling on into that good night, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I have the old theme playing, the one that you love.
I love this one.
He's like, I can't hear it, but I love it.
Oh, I got it. I got it, White.
Anyway. Welcome to For Pillar to Post. Jeff Edwards, Joe White. AC is going to join us at some point, maybe. Oh, man.
Always a crapshoot with AC.
It is. It is.
You never know.
I bet you fell asleep.
His Skype's still on.
Yeah.
He still might be going.
He still might. No, either that or he fell asleep at the computer. Him in the bottle. I always picture AC, like you walk into his house and there he is face down at his computer, the bottle of scotch sitting next to him, you know?
Oh, yeah.
The classic scene, the classic drunk scene.
The classic ex-fighter. Yeah. He's broken down.
He's got his headband on and he's passed out.
Mask. He's got the
mask on.
Beauty mask.
You know, I want to tell you we're going to talk a little bit about WrestleMania, even though Jeff has no idea what's going on at WrestleMania this year.
Well, White, I may surprise you.
Oh, okay.
I watched the last 2 weeks.
You did?
Raw.
Really?
I did.
What about SmackDown?
I just watched this week's because I expected Taker to come on. What's going on there?
Well, he's not in Jeff's or AC's 3%, so AC's probably happy that Taker has not shown up yet.
Just got a text from AC. Speak of the devil. In 2 minutes, you can add him. He's going to go take a...
He's probably taking a liquid plumber, which is the ad we just played.
Exactly.
So, I want to talk, before AC gets on here, I want to talk about the Rise of Liberty. By the way, for those of you who have not listened to Jeff Edwards and DJ Staines' podcast, The Rise of Liberty, if you want a really good view on the political structure of America right now, it's a podcast you need to be listening to.
Thanks, White.
I think you guys kind of cover it. I've only listened to a couple episodes here lately. The best way to describe you guys is like you're not left, you're not right, you're in the middle.
That's a fair assessment. Yep.
Libertarian is what I think you guys are, in a way.
Yeah, we're very close to that. I think that's fair.
Okay, which is who I voted for. Thank you.
Yes, as did I.
And a lot of people said Joe. Who'd you vote for? Johnson?
Yep.
Johnson. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So, I'm sick of Democrats. I'm sick of Republicans.
Same here.
Okay. So, this week they had a very good, did you guys know that Ryan Satin hates Italian people? I did not know that Ryan Satin hates Italians until I listened to the Rise of Liberty. You're laughing, but I think he really does.
He may.
He definitely can't stand when people call him out on his bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Satin, former TMZ guy.
Yep.
And I have a follow-up for you guys this week.
I can't wait to hear it. I told Stames, and he said, "What's it about? What's the theory?" And I said, "He didn't tell me. He's going to tell us in live time on the show."
Yeah, I got to get you guys' raw reactions, but I will tell you a little bit of it right here. And I tweet it out from time to time. Every time I see something, here's what kills me. You guys focused a little bit on millennials this week.
Yes.
And did you know that anybody born 1984 and beyond is considered a millennial officially? I wasn't raised like that, though. If you look up on Wikipedia and look up millennials, it's 84 till I think 2010.
Yeah, I think that the actual phrase started with kids that were graduating in 2000.
Okay.
High school.
I would have graduated in 04.
Okay, so it's in around there.
I took the bum route and got my GED years later.
Oh, whatever. It's the same.
I do have a college degree, but it's in truck driving. But I do have a college degree, believe it or not, folks. But there's a movie that I watched. It's I have watched. I own it. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Top 25. Okay? Mm-hmm. Stars Sylvester Stallone, Sandra Bullock, Benjamin Bratt, want to say, fuck. The guy from fucking, he's always in Sandler's movies. Rob Schneider's in it.
Okay.
Wesley Snipes. Can you think of what movie I'm talking about?
I'm going to guess it's Demolition Man.
It is. Only because I sent you a text about it earlier.
Yeah, because I knew it was a Stallone movie.
Yeah. And in that movie, I won't spoil it for those who haven't seen it. You need to watch this fucking movie. Because this is the way society is heading, folks. And I think you'll agree with me. Because all these snowflakes out there, you know. In the movie, Stallone is a cop who does something bad. I won't spoil it. He does something bad. Uh-oh, AC's calling.
Get him on.
AC, you on? AC, you there?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yo.
I have to.
What up?
What
up, buddy?
I have to explain this theory to Jeff here because I'm going to be doing a Rise of Liberty with him. But in the movie, Stallone's character does something bad, and they put him into jail. But it's not your conventional jail. It's cryo jail, which is frozen. They freeze the prisoners as blocks of ice and keep them alive frozen.
Talking about Demolition Man?
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, AC. Got it. I love it. See, I was under the impression that not a lot of people have watched this movie because it's kind of like a B movie. You know, it didn't really get a whole lot
Anything with Sylvester Stallone or Wesley Snipes I've probably seen.
Sandra Bullock's the real reason to watch that fucking movie. I'm sorry. Her hot ass running around is freaking amazing.
Hey,
Lord, I'm
easy
gonna get strung
with
up.
the sexist.
I'm gonna get strung up and called sexist.
We've been there before too.
Yeah, that's another thing. Another bone that I want to pick with you on that show is y'all practically fucking hung my ass over something very fucking similar. I'm getting heated up now, goddammit. Because
I had a network to protect back
yo,
then.
bullshit. Bullshit. That pissed me off this week. I'm sitting here listening to this going, this motherfucker is on my side now. How about that?
A lot of shit changes in 2 years, doesn't it?
Yeah, they elect Trump and everybody's really lost their fucking minds. People say I've had a crush on Sandra Bullock forever. That's my favorite actress in the whole wide world is Sandra Bullock.
Really?
Yes, I love Sandra Bullock. Anyway, so
wait, I want to hear AC's favorite female actress.
It's probably Pam Anderson.
Nah, too old.
Night Miller. Thanks for coming in tonight.
Here we go. Now I'm gonna get the tweets. You call the woman too old. Favorite female actress?
Ronda Rousey.
She's a terrible actress. It's tough to narrow down.
It is a tough one.
Now my favorite actor.
I really like what's her name there?
That tells us a lot.
It's on the tip of my tongue, but one of them obviously
Somebody who went to ECU, was it Bullock? Because Sandra Bullock's originally, she was born in Arlington, Virginia.
Sandra Bullock was?
Yeah.
Oh man, why can't I think of it? Shit.
While you're thinking of it, I'll go on my theory here because this is really important to the Rise of Liberty podcast that I'm going to be on.
Yes, I need to hear this. Go ahead, White.
So in the movie, if you've seen the movie, have you seen the movie, Jeff?
Eva Mendes.
Oh, that's not a bad choice.
Interesting.
It's not a bad choice.
Probably, her. She's up there. Denise Richards too. I really had a thing for Denise. Did you ever see Wild Things? Oh,
no, but I fell in love with Denise Richards in Starship Troopers.
Another one.
Yeah. Anyway, so in Demolition Man, one of the, him and the bad guy Stallone and the bad guy Snipes both get put into cryo sleep at the same time. Well, the future happens in California. And they've essentially, in this future, society has been turned into a bunch of pussies, for lack of a better term.
Mm-hmm.
You're not allowed to have sex. You're not allowed to have babies. Physical contact, the fist bump thing, no, forget about that. That's, and they run down this whole list of things. Salt is illegal. Uneducational toys is illegal. Anything that basically is not world peace and fun is illegal.
If you swear, no matter where you are, there's a thing that prints you a ticket.
Yep, in the movie, they swear, and the voice of the dictator, Dr. Cocteau, who came up with this whole lifestyle, goes, "You will find 1/2 credit for violation of the verbal morality statute."
Wow.
They don't have guns either. They have like these stun things, like these stun wands.
They call glow rods. They're stun batons.
Yeah. So what Snipes does is he breaks into a museum. So basically what happens is the dictator wants to bring Wesley Snipes back to unfreeze him because he has a band of people living underground who don't want to follow all these stupid laws. Who don't want to
conform like me and Edwards and everybody else. Who are led by
Dennis Leary, by the way.
Nice.
Yes. So he brings Snipes back, and he wants him to go down there and take them all out.
Yep.
But by doing that, he can't let everybody know that he did it. So he allows the police to bring back the cop that caught him, which was Stallone. He was frozen because when he caught him, a bus of kids or something got blown up, so they charged him.
AC's coming in here and spoiling it when I didn't want to.
Right. So anyway.
Right. Okay.
So anyway, well, now that I got this far, I might as well finish my story.
I love it.
So basically, what happens is Stallone is with all the cops, and they're trying to guess where he's going to go next. And Stallone goes, he's going for a gun. And they're like, oh, there's no guns. There's this, that.
The only place you could find
he's going
a gun
for a
is
gun.
in a museum.
It's in a museum. So basically what they did is he breaks into the museum and steals real guns. So he could actually use real guns, and they have no way to defend themselves against these guns.
He's like, this is the future. Where are all the fucking phaser guns? And he goes, oh, and he finds this one plasma rifle. But my point of it all is, my favorite fucking scene in the movie is when he goes to use the bathroom.
And shells.
Yeah, and Stames and AC or Stames and Edwards were talking about this because they were like, we can't use people got to be told how much toilet paper to use next, and I'm like, nope. My theory, that's going away too. You got the 3 seashells in the fucking bathroom, so he goes to the bathroom to take a shit after he's been thawed out, and he goes, where you have the toilet paper, you have these 3 seashells. And Bullock and Rob Schneider's sitting there going, he doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells. With Snyder's laugh. And he goes, what the fuck? Or he says a curse word and something goes, the ticket pops out and the thing goes, John Spartan, you've been fined 1 credit for violation of the verbal morality statute. And he goes, wait a minute. And he goes over to where these ticket prints out and he goes, thank you, you lame brain, piece of shit, duck fuck, motherfucker. And this thing prints out a whole wad of fucking paper tickets. And he looks at Sandra Bullock with this wad of paper and he goes, see you in a few minutes, and walks to the bathroom.
I'm surprised your favorite scene isn't when they went to have sex, and he goes to actually kiss her. She's like, "You can't touch me. You have to put this helmet on, and we have
the virtual reality sex."
Yeah, he was like, blown away, blown away.
He says,
self-driving cars.
So, White, you're saying that's where we're headed.
That's where we're headed, and it goes perfectly in line with what you said. I can't wait to hear Stames' reaction.
Well, that's where we're headed if the Dagan Hogs of the world
every time I see something on TV, every time I see something on TV, I'm sitting there going,
are we on air?
Yeah, we're live on Twitch right now. And so every time I see something in the world like the pussification of America continuing, I'm sitting there going, it's the Demolition Man syndrome. We're headed right for it. Taco Bell's going to be the only fucking goddamn restaurant around. Schwarzenegger will have been president.
5-star restaurant, Taco Bell.
Yeah, and we're going to fucking sit around and instead of hip-hop tunes, we're going to fucking sing Garden in the Valley.
In the fucking sewer with Dennis Leary.
Yeah, we're going to be down in the sewers with Dennis Leary. Speaking of wrestling, Jesse Ventura's in that movie.
Oh, that's a plus.
He is one of the bad guys.
Yeah, he plays one of the fucking goons that gets thawed out by Phoenix.
Yeah, he thaws out a bunch of his buddies.
Another good scene is they're sitting there with the cryocons. They're sitting there in the cryo prison. And he's like, okay, and Phoenix is now taking over. And he's sitting there going, okay, we got this batch getting ready to thaw out. Who else we got? And he's reading down the list and he's like, Jeffrey Dahmer? I love that motherfucker. How fast can we get him? And they talk about the Schwarzenegger Presidential Library, and I'm like, oh, that's coming. That's fucking coming.
So Stames has not seen this movie either?
I don't know. I don't know if he has. Edwards has probably seen the movie. I'm assuming.
We don't
when
know.
I mentioned it to him, he said, "What is that? The movie?" And I said, "I don't know. He didn't tell me."
Yeah, it's the movie.
So,
but I'm telling you right now,
right.
I want to be the one to come on and say it with you guys because I'm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's coming.
Yes.
People go. I'm really gonna have to watch Demolition Man soon.
That actually is a really good conversation for the Rise.
I mean, fucking.
I actually have to listen to the latest.
Dude, you need to. It's awesome. The newest edition of Rise of Liberty is so good. They call Ryan Satin out because he hates fucking Italians, and he got Russo kicked off podcast 1, all because somebody made fun of us. Oh, speaking of which. Yes. Oh wait, no, I'm not going to spoil it. Should I spoil it? Should I mention it, Jeff?
Well, he spoiled.
Okay. How's your beauty mask regimen going?
Yeah, I spoiled a movie that came out in 1992.
But I want to know how your beauty.
You
regimen,
asshole!
We only had 26 years.
26 years. I want to know. You know what kills me though? Sandra Bullock has aged really fucking well. She's still hotter than ever.
God damn!
Are we live, White?
Yeah, we are.
Sure.
Yeah, on Twitch. 5 people listening.
Oh, not on YouTube.
No, okay. We're not on YouTube. I don't do live on YouTube hardly ever anymore.
Oh,
well, you know, it is
uploaded to YouTube.
WrestleMania season. I wonder if Melvin Dassey's listening.
The WrestleMania show on Sunday will be live on YouTube and Twitch.
What time?
3 Eastern.
3 Eastern.
3 Eastern. I actually joked at the beginning of my MMA show tonight. I plugged our pre and post show, and I said that to get it done in time, we probably have to start at 7 a.m. because WrestleMania is basically going to go from 9 a.m. to 1 in the morning.
The fucking NFL gives you a 4-hour pre-show.
Right. Well, what time is the actual pre-show starting?
The actual 5 Eastern, and the.
But you want to be done with our show by then?
Yeah. So we're going to go 2 hours.
Last year, I thought we podcasted during the pre-show.
Well, this year they have I'm curious to see what they do with the Cruiserweight title actually. So.
Oh, that's fine. We could do the show, and then we'll jump back on after Roman wins the Universal Championship. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. But I mean, here's what kills me though. I got Jeff's opinion. This AC. I want to know your opinion. So the pre-show's from 5 to 7, and then on the network. It came out this week that they have the main show listed as going from 7 p.m. Eastern till midnight Eastern.
I mean, look how many fucking matches they got. Yeah.
They got 13 matches.
Plus, remember, it's WrestleMania. You're going to have all that other stuff. You know, you don't know who's going to show up. They always give you surprises. Who knows? You see The Rock's got the big Rampage movie coming out. Maybe he steps on there to plug it. You never know.
Yeah.
Plus, they're going to bring out the Hall of Famers. You know you're going to get a concert with Kid Rock, which will probably lead into the Undertaker Cena stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be long. I know I was kidding when I said 7 a.m., but it's gonna be long. This has
last year.
A 5-hour Wrestle Kingdom type show written all over it.
That's what kills me. Nobody bitches about Wrestle Kingdom, the New Japan cucks, Jeff, the cucks for New Japan. They don't complain about it going until 7 a.m. What you did.
You know why? Because a lot of them aren't watching it live, and they could skip through what they don't want to watch. That's
they
why.
could skip through the 6 tag matches at the beginning of the show.
Although me and Smitty stayed up and watched the whole Wrestle Kingdom this year.
So did I.
It was like 4. It was like 4.5 though. I don't think it was 5 this year. They did less. They did less of BS matches this year, and they didn't take their normal 20-minute intermission where they just show the hard cam and people walking around, which drives me crazy. I hate when they do that, but they didn't do that.
White, what's your time limit, White, for a post show? Like if it's off at 12?
If it's off at 12, I'm going to come on and probably do like an hour, 2 hours, whatever. I won't have to work the next day. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got to work, but not till night. So if we end up going 12 to 2 a.m., I'm with it.
Me too.
I got a story for you. WrestleMania week.
Go ahead.
Pick up my kid at school the other day.
Oh.
And he said the teacher's kid was in because he had off. They didn't have off. He goes to a different school, and he said, I said, what's the teacher's kid's name? And he told me. And he said, "Did you watch Daddy? You used to watch a show with a guy with the same name, right?"
Oh shit.
And I thought, "Oh shit! Don't tell me he wants to watch WWE. Don't tell me he wants to watch WWE." And of course, the kid's name was Bray.
Oh, good name.
And I said, "Yeah, wrestling. You're talking about WWE. John Cena." He's like, "Oh yeah," because he loves Cena. He's a Cena mark, but he doesn't, watch it. And he said, "Was the guy creepy? I kind of remember a guy being creepy, but he wasn't Undertaker." And I'm going, "Oh shit, they're talking wrestling in school."
Yes, they are.
Where did this go?
My son talks wrestling
But
in
the
school.
Bray Wyatt's been deleted. He's deleted.
He's in the lake of reincarnation.
Yes,
Funny
I saw
story.
that.
Let me bring this up to you guys really quick, because I probably won't bring this up on a pre-show because I don't want to be too negative that day. But I had this argument with a guy on Facebook the other day. Not really an argument, because you can't argue with imbeciles. He basically, a friend of mine posted that Raw was garbage, blah 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 blah. So I was like, yeah, go home show, ha ha ha. And somebody else posted on there, "What's this BS? How did they not bring Undertaker?" And blah, 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 whatever. So, of course, you always got to get the fanboy that's like, "It's brilliant booking. It's done to get ratings up." So I actually haven't looked at the rating for this week yet, but I went back, because it wasn't out when we were having this argument. I went back for the entire year. And the Raw rating is within like a couple 100,000 every week. It's like from 3.1 to 3.3. It's in that range, like every week, except for the 25th anniversary show. Was like, it was out of this world. It was like 4.8 or something. It was the highest rating they've had in 6 years, not 6 years. It was highest. It was the highest. That was the highest rated Raw since the Ziggler cash-in after 29.
Right.
Anyway. But other than that show, if you take that one out, every Raw for the year has pretty much been in that same range. And if you go further, the majority of those promos that Cena were either ended the show or were within the last hour. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The lowest rated hour on Raw. So my point being was, how is this booking so great that it's popping a rating? The rating never popped. It hasn't changed. And not only that, the lowest rated Raw in the last 6 weeks was the Raw that ended with Cena versus Kane.
Yep.
Like, what do you mean, dude? Like, nobody turned on Raw to see if The Undertaker showed up this year. Nobody did. And I listen, people might want to see The Undertaker at WrestleMania, don't get me wrong. But they didn't care. It didn't matter whether he showed up or not, because nobody turned it on to see if he did.
You know what I'm saying? You know what kills me about
3% though, AC.
Here's what kills me about the Raw rating this week, okay? It was down from last week.
Okay, it's the go home show is down, okay? That'll tell you all you need to know right there.
Here's the thing. Hour 1 was up from hour 1 last week.
Because it sucked, so people turned it off.
No, hour 1 had more viewers this week than hour 1 did last week.
Yeah, but 3 didn't.
No. Where the drop came was hour 2 by 200,000 viewers. Hour 3 this week did better than hour 3 last week by 200,000 viewers.
That's not a lot.
It's not a lot, but it's okay.
It's not even 10% of their audience.
But
more
people.
Honest.
But the thing is, more people tuned in that third hour to see if Undertaker was coming back and to see the damn Brock Lesnar stuff and all that.
Yeah, listen, the go home show, the third hour, should get a pop more than 200,000.
Oh yeah,
that's not a big ratings pop.
No,
it's not even 10% of their audience.
That's not good.
No, my point being is,
it's not.
Everybody or the stories are already told for all these matches. The stories are already told. There's no surprises coming. Everybody knew there's no surprises coming, right? You've already seen Reigns and Brock go at it 3 weeks in a row, right? You've seen Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor how many times in the last couple months? You know what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing every week. It's why is Asuka wrestling on Raw, Nia Jax, when her program's with Charlotte, and she hasn't wrestled once on SmackDown yet, or they've done 2 silly little not even 3-minute promos together.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way they booked this year. I'm sorry, it's just not good.
White, can we be talking about this? It's booking.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, whatever. Listen. It's people
WWE,
can disagree.
so we can get away with it.
People can disagree, but give me the program that you're supposed to be like, oh my God, I cannot wait to see this match. The only one that's even close is AJ and Knock. And I think guys like some of us who've already seen it aren't that like giddy over it because we've already seen it.
But here's what kills me. Even though you've already seen it, you have to know it's not going to be anywhere close to what you've seen before. It's going to be way toned down.
I think they're going to put on a good match.
Do you think they're going to let them go full on New Japan? No way.
I don't think they're gonna have the time.
They're not gonna get 40 minutes.
No, they're gonna get 20 at most.
Right. That's the problem. But here's the other problem with it. AJ should win. Let's be honest. AJ's the bigger star in WWE. AJ should win. And not only that sets you up down the road for a rubber match.
Mm-hmm.
But you know damn well they're gonna put that title on Nakamura.
So I was talking, my girlfriend's father came over and delivered a load of firewood here today because a tree fell in my brother-in-law's yard. They chopped it up and said, hey, Joe has a wood stove and a fireplace. Let's take it to his house. So I have a lot of firewood for the next 2 years, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, free firewood.
Bring out that John Deere with the little tractor at the back of it. Haul all the wood to the house.
Well, no, he actually had like a big-ass trailer that he brung with his pickup truck that was loaded up full of shit. 2 loads of wood. I have like a beaver dam sitting in my backyard because now I got to stack all this shit. Anyway, my girlfriend's 2 nephews, they're about 22, 23 years old, about 10 years younger than me. And they chat with me about wrestling. They know I like wrestling, and her brother-in-law likes wrestling too. And we're all talking about Mania coming up this weekend. And they were like, who's going to win between Roman? Because they know I pay attention to the inside, so they always know I know who's going to win and lose. So they're like, do you think Roman's winning? I was like, yeah, there's no way Roman's losing that match Sunday. Everybody's predicting Roman to win.
Nor should he.
And no, you're right. And they go, I hate Roman Reigns. So I did what every Roman fanboy has said to do. A lot of people are like Meltzer goes, people say they hate Roman Reigns, but they can't give me a reason why. So these 2 casual fans who barely watch, they're lucky if they watch one Raw a month, okay? But they know who is who and all that. They're real casual fans. They're not going on the dirt sheets or nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
I asked them, why don't you like Roman Reigns? And the answer I was given was, he's too perfect and he can't wrestle.
What?
By casual fans, guys. This is how casual fans think.
If you're not watching him, how could you comment? How could you comment on how he wrestles? They do watch him.
They do watch him, but they don't watch on a regular basis. They're not watching every week.
Have they watched the majority of his pay-per-view matches?
Yes, yeah, they have the network,
and they don't think he can wrestle.
They go, he can't wrestle, and I was like, when you say he's too fake, I'm like, do you think he's? I asked him, I said, do you think they've shoved him down your throats? And they go, yes, it's exactly what it is. They've shoved him down our throats, which plays into my point of it's not natural.
He's natural. Honestly, his reaction has been better lately though. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of you guys who want to dump on Roman, you listen to it with like one ear. I'm just going to listen for the boos. I'm not going to listen to the fact that, a bunch of people went crazy when he came out, and then some boos happened.
This home show, even though it was low rated, this go home show was exactly what WWE wanted. They booed Brock, they booed Taker, they fucking cheered the fuck out of Roman. There was not a boo for Roman Reigns in that house Monday night.
Right, because in this storyline, you should cheer Roman Reigns. Why? Because you're supposed to dislike the part-timer who never wrestles. Like,
Edwards,
let's be honest. Why the fuck would anybody cheer for Brock Lesnar now? I know there's just going to be these people that hate Roman Reigns that are never going to like him. And I'm not going to try to change your mind. That's fine. Just hate him. Please. It's okay. You can hate, you can boo him for no reason and hate him for no reason. It's no problem. I know he's been shoved down your throat. Hasn't had a title around his waist in how long, though? Hasn't main evented a pay-per-view in how long? You know what I mean? Let's be honest. Unless it was like Elimination Chamber, the Elimination Chamber show that he just won to get his match at WrestleMania. When has Roman Reigns in the last 18 months been shoved down your throat? Somebody please explain this to me.
I think that it's when they say shove down your throat. I've explained this before to you, AC. I compare it to Daniel Bryan.
Why? Because they put the U.S. title on him?
No. Hold on. Let me finish.
This is just like old times.
It is. I compared to Daniel Bryan in the fact that Daniel Bryan's push happened naturally. The fans naturally got behind him. They see Roman Reigns as Hulk Hogan.
We're gonna go around in circles again.
Or a John Cena, who this is who McMahon wants us to like. For all and in their minds, it's all the wrong reasons. They don't like it. They don't like the fact that McMahon's sitting there telling them, hey, you must like this guy. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Okay. All right.
It's not logical.
Okay, so then don't
like
him. But don't make up reasons that aren't factual then. Okay, if you don't want to like him, don't like him. And if you don't want to like him because you believe that McMahon wants you to like him and that's your reason for not liking him, okay, I can live with that. But don't come at me with Roman Reigns can't wrestle. That's not true. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. Has anybody watched this guy? Like, give me a break. Dude, go back through all his worst pay-per-view match that I could think of was the match with Triple H at WrestleMania. That match is one of the ones of his I didn't like. Other than that, almost all his pay-per-view matches are better than the crap you see on Monday night, which is the way it's supposed to be. Give me all these and then you hear, it's the same thing. It's the same garbage you hear about Cena, and it's fucking garbage. If you don't want to like Cena, that's fine. Cena's been shoved down your throat. I get it. Colorful shirts and all this other shit. Okay, the what do you call it? The what are they calling the PG era? He's the PG era guy. Mm-hmm. That's why I don't like John Cena. That's fine. But when you come out and say 5 moves of doom, guy can't wrestle, you're just being an asshole and you're not paying attention. And then when he had the best match, actually the last 2 years he's had the best matches in WWE. His match with Owens 2 years ago, his match with AJ last year were the best matches that WWE put on. But you bring that up to a Cena hater and they go, it's because of Kevin Owens. It's because of AJ. That's horseshit. If you're a real wrestling fan, if you're a fucking smart mark like all you guys out there claim to be, and you know everything, and you watch everything, and all this other stuff, and you know everything about wrestling, then you would know it takes fucking 2 to tango. That's my problem with most of this stuff is people are unfair about it. Just be fair. Just say, I don't like him because I don't like him. Don't come up with stupid excuses like, he can't wrestle, or he's too good looking. The fucking Rock's a dime piece. Everybody loved The Rock. I'll tell you this, Roman Reigns could wrestle just as good as The Rock can. Maybe not tell the same. I'm not going to sit there and tell you that Roman Reigns could tell you the same in-ring story The Rock always told in his career. But as far as moves and wrestling, The Rock wasn't fucking AJ Styles.
I want to wake Edwards up real quick. Edwards, you awake?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Listen, I have a theory on this.
You said you've been watching the last few weeks. What have you gotten as a lapsed fan, so to speak, who's just now, it's WrestleMania season. You're doing what a lot of people do. You pay attention just during this season because it is WrestleMania, which proves WrestleMania is the draw, no matter who's main eventing or who's doing what.
I'm just trying to get him back into watching New Japan and Ring of Honor. I don't really care if he watches WWE, to be honest with you.
Actually, Joe, the main reason that I'm watching for the past 2 weeks is because I got to do the show with you guys.
Okay.
Got to do it. Now I have a choice not to.
And we appreciate it.
So I'm choosing to do it. But
what has been your takeaway as a quote unquote lapsed fan from this build up? I want to get your opinion specifically on the Undertaker thing. Because you said you watched just to see if the Undertaker was going to show up on SmackDown, but overall, what has been your thoughts as to the way they've been building everything up? And then, if you want to get into specifically Cena and Undertaker.
All right, first let me give you my theory on Roman, because now that I step back from it, I think I can see where the hate comes from. Normal guys that watch wrestling, if you look at that crowd, they don't look like Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns doesn't look like them. They look like Kevin Owens. They are the size.
They don't look like Finn Balor either.
They look like
they
Joe
are the
White.
size of Finn Balor, though.
Right. Yeah. Well,
so they're
probably as boring as Finn Balor too.
Probably. I think when you see the crowd, like even crowd shots, they can't identify with Roman Reigns. They don't want to identify with Roman Reigns because he's a big hulking Vince McMahon guy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's the problem.
Under that theory, all the guys that everybody loved in the past would have the same problem if they came up today.
I agree. I think if you just said about The Rock, I agree everything you said. I think if The Rock debuted today, people would hate him.
They'd probably hate him. I agree. I said that about.
Here's a news
forget
flash.
The Rock.
When The
Hogan.
Rock debuted in '96, they did hate him.
Go back and watch Hogan. You think Roman Reigns can't wrestle? Have you watched Hogan? The other thing too is this is the thing. When I don't like Finn Balor, but I'll tell you why I don't like Finn Balor. I don't like Finn Balor because he has no character. It's boring. And I can't sit there and listen to, in this day and age, announcers tell me that he's the extraordinary man that does extraordinary things, or whatever the hell Michael Cole is always saying. And I'm watching him going, so he's very ordinary. He's extremely ordinary. Sorry. And I can name 10 guys off the top of my head that could do more in a wrestling ring than he can. I'm not saying that he's a bad wrestler. He's a fantastic wrestler. He's a good wrestler. He has 17 fucking abs. I get it. You know what I mean? I can see how chicks dig Finn Balor because he's a good-looking guy. But some people like the Irish accent. Cool. But other than that, as a performer, and Jeff, you and I have talked about this a million times. We always bring that up. You know, people throwing shade at Roman Reigns, the guy, not understanding that, his real name isn't Roman Reigns. Like, that's the character he plays on TV.
Right.
Well, the character Finn Balor on TV is a complete bore. That's why I don't like that character. And I know why I don't like it. And I'll tell everybody, listen, you could disagree with me. That's fine. But that's why I don't like Finn Balor. Again, when you ask people why they dislike Roman Reigns, they really don't have a reason. Saying he can't wrestle is making up a reason. I agree. I mean, I could see what you guys are saying where I'll never look like Roman Reigns. But you know what? You're never going to look like 90% of the guys you see in WWE. Let's be honest. 90% of the fans are never going to look like 90% of the roster. You're not going to look like Dolph Ziggler. You're not going to look like Roman Reigns. You know what I mean? You're not even going to look as good as The Miz. That's reality. When you watch a TV show, you see dime pieces on TV, right? That doesn't mean you're not a good-looking person. You're just a different-looking person. You're not going to look like that.
All right,
let me elaborate.
It's kind of crazy that in this day and age of wrestling, like the idea of watching the WWE was you were seeing top percent athletes, guys who just missed the NFL or just missed the NBA, or just stud wrestlers who had nowhere else to go. Now they have another place to go, like the UFC, but had nowhere else to go. You're amazing athletes. It's scripted. Yeah, they're telling a story, but you're still watching amazing athletes like you do in pro sports.
All right.
So people don't want that anymore.
AC, I want Edwards to go ahead and get his other points out.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let me quick rebut. No problem. Let me quick rebut to that. I want to go a little bit deeper in what I meant. They don't look like Roman Reigns. Yeah, fine. But back in the day, Attitude Era guys like us, The Rock was funny. He was cool. He would do his thing. We loved that. We loved Shawn Michaels for the same reason, but they didn't look the same. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now they don't really have anything like that going on anymore. because nothing's funny, because you can't be offensive, you can't do nothing. The guys can't go off script because, God forbid, a Twitter storm happens from people. So what do? You have a Roman Reigns giant, and you have flip flop and fly wrestlers. And I just think the culture of pro wrestling fans has changed so much that they can identify with a flip flop and fly smaller, faster wrestler than Roman. And I think that's where a lot of the hate comes from.
Probably. I agree. I can agree with that.
What else you got on this build up for this year?
The build, all right. I was interested in Cena calling Taker out. I thought that was good the way they did that. Apparently, it's been going on for 4 weeks, according to Cole. I think that's pretty cool. I like Cena on the mic. He's, when he turns a little bit, he's John Cena. But then when he turns that little slap, that verbal slap on the guy, and he shows that little heel with the smirk.
Did you watch the week he was like, you say you're broken down and you're retired, yet you're posting workout videos on your wife's Instagram. Were you watching that?
I love that line.
I saw the clip. I wasn't watching it.
That was pretty good.
It was good.
But I'll tell you this, though, and here's the bad news. And again, do I want to see Cena and Taker? It doesn't really matter. Like, actually, Cena said it in the promo this week. Whoever loses, we're not affecting anybody. He was telling them.
Nostalgia match, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. He was telling you that. And, it's a good point. But the bad news is there's nothing else on the card that I really care about.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, Seth and Balor, couldn't care less.
Oh, it's a 3-way with the Miz.
With the Miz, I really couldn't care less. And
I've
been a Miz fan in the past.
I actually want to see the Miz hang on to the title and break the record, but I don't think it's going to happen.
It probably won't happen. I don't know the girl stuff that's going on. I really don't care. Nothing, and that's the unfortunate thing because I took such a long.
I actually like the Alexa Nia Jax thing myself.
I took such a long layoff, and I watched the past 2 weeks. I thought there'd be something, but there's not.
Have you seen a lot of the Alexa Nia Jax thing? Because they're kind of walking the tightrope with that one there.
Just clips.
It's a little edgy because they kind of fat shamed her. And I thought that obviously, it supplants Alexa as a heel, but I thought it was a little edgier than most of what they're doing. That's kind of why I liked it.
You know what kills me about this whole thing with Nia and Alexa is that...
Not that I like fat shaming, don't get me wrong. I don't like that. I'm just saying in 1998, that would have been par for the course.
Well, no,
you know what I mean?
Even in 2006, 2007, it was par for the course because you have Mickey James, who is Alexa Bliss's buddy and is making fun of Nia Jax for being fat and calling her blubber. Weren't they 10 years ago looking at her and calling her Piggy James?
Yep, Piggy James. Yep.
I mean, that's where they get me. But what else? I mean, so the Charlotte Flair and Asuka thing with Asuka being undefeated. You got Carmella lurking with the Money in the Bank.
I think Asuka's overrated.
Really?
You guys can kill me. But
no,
you know what my girlfriend says?
I'm not a big Asuka fan.
My kids who don't watch, they'll come in and watch if it's on the TV, but they're not clamoring to watch it every week with me. When they see Asuka, they go, or here's the thing. They see Nakamura with his shaking and his gyrations and the good vibrations and all that, and they go, he's just weird, but in a good way. And then they see Asuka on Monday nights and they go, she's weird. She's like a male version of Nakamura. And I'm like, I'm not sure. They're right. They are 100% right in a way.
I think they moved away from Alexa with Asuka because I think it was just that. I think first of all, Alexa actually can cut a good promo, has a good character, is a great heel. But I think I don't think they're ready to stop her undefeated streak. But I don't think they wanted her to just destroy Alexa at WrestleMania either. So I think that's why they went to the Charlotte match because, okay, we'll have them put on, they're probably hoping that they're going to get one of those great women's matches that they used to get on the takeovers with NXT and with Asuka and Charlotte. And, you know, Charlotte loses the title, but she's had it so many times already anyway. She'll win it back eventually. You could kind of live with Asuka winning that one. Plus, that moves her to SmackDown, which is they probably just want to get her away from Alexa. That's probably what it is.
So I want to
that's all about.
I want to run a theory by you guys, and I want to get Edwards' reaction to this first. There's been a growing fear amongst the online fans that they are going to do what Seth Rollins did to the first time Brock and Roman went at it and cash in and defeat Asuka. Now,
I don't think that's going to happen.
Carmella already has this fuck you stigma because James Ellsworth won her that briefcase. She's already a big joke to the fans, okay? They don't take her seriously, but I would not put it past Vince McMahon to flip every one of the fucking fans off by having that happen.
I could see it happening on Tuesday. I don't see it happening on Mania.
Well, let me ask you this. She's a heel, right?
Carmella, yeah, technically, yeah.
Okay, and people don't care really about her, right?
Not really.
Not really.
Then I can see him totally doing that then.
See, I just don't think I don't think he's gonna do it. I think the fact that they teased her cashing in so much lately, I think I get what you're saying, but I think if they were gonna do it, I don't think they would have teased you with it so much. I think they would have just put it aside, let you not think about it for a while. I think what they're gonna do is have her win, and then you're gonna go, oh great, we're in the clear. And then Tuesday night, bang.
They really like to get people heat, though.
Yeah.
The way they book nowadays.
Yeah, but you could get her heat by doing it on Tuesday because you're gonna give that false sense of security, like, oh, thank God he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Plus,
WWE has made fun of WCW so much for the way that Goldberg's big streak ended. Okay, but the thing is, they learn nothing from the business's past mistakes. So I would not put it past them to sit there and have Asuka win that fucking belt.
I will tell you this:
and then have her come down and cash in.
If Carmella cashes in and wins on WrestleMania, I'm gonna go on a fucking rant on that post show. I'm telling you right now.
I would not put it past them to end the streak with fucking Carmella of all people.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's heat, man. That's a lot of heat on her.
Well, you know what's weird about her cashing in too? Does she have to always bring her own fucking referee? Like, don't you bring your own referee when there's no referee there? Like, she's come out to cash in while matches are still going on where there's a referee. Like, all you got to do is hand that briefcase to that fucking referee and you could cash in.
That's how it's been done before.
Huh?
That's how it's been done before, what you're saying.
Right. So, but then it's like, all right, she's going to cash in. But then, like, Charlotte, to me, if Charlotte was smart, if the story made any sense, instead of kicking the goddamn briefcase away from the referee so she couldn't cash in, if you're strong enough to kick that briefcase away, why didn't you just kick her head off and pin her? Yeah. Then she doesn't have the fucking briefcase anymore.
Here's what I would do. If they're going to go through, yeah, here we go. If they're going to go through with the whole Asuka winning, her and Charlotte have this banger of a match, 30 minutes. Give them 30 minutes on the damn show. Entrances included, of course. They have this banger of a match. They're both sitting there. Well, I would give them 30, 20 at the least. They deserve it. It's been a hell of a build for these two, kind of.
Which Charlotte, they deserve. She deserves it.
So I would have Charlotte lose to Asuka. Charlotte leaves. Have Charlotte fucking leave. She's doing the whole bit where she's crying because Charlotte always cries when she loses. And Asuka's up on the rope with the title doing her dancing thing to her music. And I would not have, we've seen this whole thing of FABA and then she runs to the ring with the ref.
Don't play the fucking music.
Don't play the music. Don't have her come out the fucking rampway because it's a long ass ramp.
Right.
Have
just
her
jump
come out
over,
of the fucking
over the
crowd.
gate.
Yeah, have her come out the crowd.
Come out from under the ring or something.
Yeah, and clock Asuka with the briefcase, hit her with her finishing move, then tell the ref you want to cash in and pin her. That would get you so much fucking heat with that crowd.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. Last time I was watching WWE full time,
Mm-hmm.
this time last year, I guess, they were making Braun Strowman look like a monster.
Oh, they still do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why is he dressing up and pretending he's like, what is he now? Is he a joke?
No, that was just this week because the idea is he needs a tag partner, which he does not have yet.
I don't agree with him going after these fucking tag titles to begin
Which
with.
is the whole idea is stupid. They didn't know what to do with them.
That's
the problem.
Okay, because I got the impression that he's some kind of
It's not his
humorous.
time.
No, they actually had him going after Brock, but of course they implemented Kane into there so Kane could take the pin to save, obviously to save Braun.
Even though Brock has beaten Braun in a singles match, and that's their worst thing. It's like the whole Trevor Lee situation. Brock is mowed over every fucking body, including Roman.
But what they've done with Braun, which I think, although building him as a monster, great, they did too much of the, him tearing down sets every week and flipping over things and trucks and everything. They just did it too much. You know what I mean?
Grappling hooks and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. They just did that too much. I don't. It's tough to say. They could go either way with Braun right now. You know what I mean? Like I could see, he may just be a victim of the fact that they don't want to put him over too huge and end up on SmackDown. You know what I mean? And maybe carry a title there or something.
I think that's where he goes in the superstar shakeup that's happening.
Rusev is over huge right now, huge with that Rusev Day, but that wasn't their idea. Rusev got that over himself on social media, and it just kind of it carried over. People started chanting Rusev Day while and he's supposed to be a heel, but. And they put him in. It was a 3-way for the U.S. title. They made it a 4-way. They put him in. I would like to see him win. I think he'd get a huge pop for winning. And see what he does with it after. But
the Braun Strowman thing, though, man, what did they do with Strowman after all this?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Who's his partner? Who do you think is his partner? Because I think it's going to be Big Cass. I think Big Cass is going to be the returning, and they're going to because there were plans to push Big Cass to the fucking moon before he got injured.
But what I don't see the thing is like you're gonna have one of those tag teams on Raw, indestructible force when they already have one of those on SmackDown with the Bludgeon Brothers.
Oh Jesus!
But that's how they book those guys as unbeatable at this point. You know what I mean? Which. All right. I mean, the Usos have had a long run. They don't have to keep it. I just don't want them to bury that because the Usos character now they actually have character. They're fun. You know what I mean? I just hope they don't just totally bury them with this storyline. The real problem here is, let's be honest. The real problem here is they have 2 tag divisions, 2 tag titles, and not enough real tag teams to have 2 tag divisions. That's the real problem.
You're absolutely
Where's Big
right.
Show?
Big Show, he had surgery and has just been cleared to come back. He's probably going to be in the damn Battle Royal. If he's not Strowman, that's another possibility of Strowman's partner. But really, do you really want to see Braun Strowman in the Big Show?
No. Does anybody? No. But,
I don't. Honestly,
I'm thinking like Vince here.
You know what I really wanted them to do, and I know they were never going to do it, but I really wish. What they did was they just decided to combine the goddamn tag team titles and have the Bar versus the Usos. Winner is the tag champion. You know what I mean? And just put them all in one show.
They should have done the same damn thing with the women's division. We even said when the Superstar Shakeup happened.
Absolutely.
When the whole draft thing happened.
The tag division's on one show, the women's division's on the other show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've seen this in the past.
You could still have here's what they really need to do. End this dopey brand split. Then you don't have to worry about any of this shit. Because you could still have you don't need to have every superstar on Raw when you have SmackDown too. You have them go on each show, but end the dopey brand split. Just end the dopey brand
I like
split.
the
Combine
idea.
those
I like
titles,
the idea of the brand
and then
split.
you're good.
Because are you telling me that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn would be in the position they were in if the brand split was not happening? No.
I mean,
Would Asuka or Alexa Bliss or Nia
Like,
Jax be getting that push? No.
you couldn't have got that. You couldn't have got the Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon, and you couldn't have got that whole program over without the brand split.
No, you couldn't have, because it's a time
Why?
thing.
Why?
Because you have to have time for everything else. You're telling me you're going to fit that in with Nakamura and AJ and Brock and Roman and
Why does Brock and Roman have to play out on both shows? You still have 5 hours of TV to get all this stuff in.
But when it comes to pay-per-views, man, you can't you can't fit all these people in. You know, the brand split does have its thing. Like, go back to the first time they did it. Eddie Guerrero and JBL. Do you think they would have gotten where they were?
That was the fucking horror. That was one of the worst pay-per-views I've ever seen in my life.
What?
SmackDown isn't even having pay-per-views right now. Fastlane, that pay-per-view was terrible.
Dude, it was terrible. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if they combine the fucking rosters, they might as well cut their fucking roster in half and release half of them, because they're not going to get any TV time.
That you're right. If they give too many people time on both shows, that's my point. You're a couple years ago. Do you remember when Sheamus and Big Show were going after the world title before they combined the belts?
Yeah.
Right. That feud played out almost entirely on SmackDown, and it wasn't a brand split. You can still do things like that. Why can't they?
I think that they fear that people will, say, "Oh, there's not much build to these two." If that,
It's, to me, see, my feeling is, personally, this is my personal feeling, they're too thin to have a brand split right now. I get what you're saying. They have all these guys, but again, you throw all these guys into a bucket, and none of them are superstar. Like, they're all superstars, but they're not like, this is our main number one out of this world star. You don't have that guy. They have a bunch of guys that could be that guy or might be that guy, but these are all our guys. So they want to have enough titles for all these guys.
The only two guys that I can tell you right now that they have that are flat out fucking superstars, Daniel Bryan, now that he's back, and AJ Styles.
And they're both on the same show. And we don't know how much Daniel's going to wrestle either.
No. Edwards, I want to get your thoughts on this one. Do we see The Undertaker this Sunday? And if so, what version do we get? And do we have a match or just some stupid confrontation? Because there's a rumor going around within the last 48 hours, ever since Monday night and he didn't show up, that says, yes, we're going to get Undertaker. We're going to get the American Badass Undertaker. And that all this is just to set up something for New York next year at WrestleMania 35.
I actually like that. I actually like that, though.
You like that?
For Cena and Taker? I said it 6 weeks ago.
To drag it out another year?
I said it 6 weeks ago. I said the same exact thing. They should tease it now, because it's not. The thing is, it's not going to drag out over a year, because you're only going to see the Undertaker 3-4 times anyway.
Yeah.
And then Cena is after Mania, he's probably going to leave till SummerSlam again. You know what I mean? Or he's going to be away. He said it himself. He's not a full-time guy anymore. So now is the time to do that. I absolutely would do it. But here's the thing. I wouldn't have waited to now. If I was going to do it, I would either do it after WrestleMania. I don't know. I'm not so sure you should start it at WrestleMania, though. I don't know if I agree with that.
What are your thoughts,
my point
Edwards?
was, I thought that was the way to do Cena and Taker. It just, you know what? Oh, shit. I forgot about that. Boom. And then Cena comes back, and bang, there's even the Badass Taker. That's fine. Taker's on, just happens to be at that one Raw. Comes out and whips Cena's ass or something.
What do you think about this, Edwards?
Did they book Cena Rock a year out?
The first one, yeah.
The first one, yeah. They could work if they do it, everybody shows up.
It can't
at the
play
big
out every
four.
week. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thought that they would do that again. a year out. But I think you'll see him. Yeah, he's going to be the badass. And but I think they're going to have a match Sunday.
Do you want to see the badass though?
No, I never liked the badass.
You didn't?
To be completely honest.
I love that version of the Undertaker.
Nope.
Can I ask you a question a follow-up question to that?
Go ahead.
You don't want to see the badass. I know you don't like the badass, but in fairness, given the way he left last year's WrestleMania, story-wise, it makes more sense.
Oh, totally.
He retired. Yes. He retired to Phenom last year. Left the gloves in the ring, blah, blah, blah.
I was watching.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I think the Phenom himself should have stayed retired.
I agree.
Nobody wants to see it. I think that's the general sentiment of everybody is that we don't want the fucking match to begin with. But, I was watching Judgment Day of 2000. Iron Man match. Rock and Triple H. Shawn Michaels is the referee for it. Into the match. All the McMahons and the DX are interfering, and Rock gives Triple H that rock bottom, and all of a sudden on the screen, you see those three little girls, and they're saying that as I lay me down to sleep, blah, blah, blah. And you hear, "Are you scared? He's here." And of course, WWE Network cuts out the American Badass song. But you got old Bob Rock, Kid Rock. He's going to be there. He's going in the Hall of Fame.
Doing a live fucking badass
Dude,
song.
I'm telling you right now, what if Cena is in that ring, or Cena fucking goes, "Hey guys, I'm here as a fan. I'm gonna go take my seat in the front row. Hey, anybody sitting next to me? You want anything?"
If they're really gonna do this fan shit, his ass better be in his seat when that fucking show starts.
Yeah, they better play this to the hilt. Never give him a microphone. But I would love for Kid Rock to come in that ring and. How
about he gives Kid Rock an AA?
Oh, no, not even that. Not even that. I would love for Kid Rock to play that damn New Orleans song that's the theme song, which kudos to WWE. I'd rather hear Kid Rock over any other bubblegum pop rap song that you got playing.
Well, they're going to have Diddy again next year because it's in New York.
Or, yeah.
Or Jay-Z, one of the two.
Jay-Z or whatever.
If you're in New York, you got to have one of them.
Jay-Z owns Barclays, so we can get him on the cheap.
There you go.
Anyway, but I would love for Kid Rock to, we're going down to New Orleans, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden look at Cena and go, "Are you scared? He's here." And just start singing American Badass and have Taker ride down to the ring. That's how
he's got to ride down if he's going to come down. He's got to. It's going to be stupid if he doesn't.
Have you guys seen the set this year yet?
I got to tell you, I like it better because I don't have to watch him try to walk to the ring for 15 minutes.
Have you guys seen the parody video?
Remember how mad? Remember in Rest in Peace, Rick. Remember how mad at me you got last year when I was killing the Undertaker on the post show.
Loved it.
Have you guys seen that parody video that this guy, the ACDs of wrestling, did? He did Undertaker instead of "Rollin'" by Limp Bizkit. It's "Trollin'" by Limp Bizkit, and it's talking about how, I'm retired now, I'm coming back. And there's a line in he's constantly talking about Undertaker's bad hip. And he's sitting there, there's this one line, he goes, "You want to fuck with my new hip? You can't fuck with my new hip. They put titanium inside," or whatever they put in it. "And this ball joint right here, it's going to be good to go to give John Cena the big boot," or some shit. I'll link you guys to it. It's the funniest fucking thing I ever heard when it comes to parodying Limp Bizkit and tying the Undertaker to it. And I'm sitting there going, you know what? This song is fucking right, because for the last goddamn 3 years, Undertaker's been doing nothing but a goddamn troll job to everybody. Will he or won't he? Will he retire? Will he not retire? And, yeah, I'm getting.
Yeah, does anybody care anymore?
I'm getting sick of it. A lot of people are sitting there going.
Listen, my opinion is he should have retired after the Punk match at 29. Yeah, that's my opinion.
With the way this match is being built, and him not coming out on the go home show, at least of all places it should have been the go home show, a lot of people are sitting there going, this is supposed to be probably the biggest match on the fucking card, but I don't care one damn bit about it.
Listen, he came back enough a couple years ago to bury the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
Remember that?
That was one of your favorites.
that epic show we did after Survivor Series.
Yes.
When him and Kane buried the entire Wyatt family with Braun Strowman, by the way.
Yes.
The Thor. I was like, do it again, Thor. These old sons of man, we went ballistic on there. And then they were talking about remember I think it was Bray. It was Bray and Taker, or it was a tag match, and it was the main event of Raw, but it was in London, and they were just like, oh, they're going to get this big nostalgia pop for The Undertaker. And the fucking last hour rating was still in the toilet. It was terrible.
And the fans shat all over it,
You
too.
actually used that on our show open for Cool Truth. I was
That's right. That's right.
Stinking Undertaker. They showed it. They turned the goddamn show off.
And if you'll remember the fucking UK fans, oh, God, here we go again with the UK fans this year. The fucking UK fans that night, they were in their home country, and The Undertaker came out and got a fucking dead fucking reaction. Nothing. They got beach balls.
Yeah, they want to see Jack Sabre Jr. and fucking what the other asshole there, Will Ospreay.
Walter.
Since we're gonna do a lot of this WrestleMania, obviously on Sunday, Jeff, I'm sure you haven't seen it, but you would totally dig this match, and I'm sure White's seen it. And White, this is what I want something from you after we talk about this, but I'm not gonna give it away yet. Have you watched the main event from Strong Style Evolved?
The Golden Lovers and the fucking
Bucks.
Yeah, the Bucks. Yeah, it went on way too fucking long.
Maybe. Oh, come on. The
way
match was
too fucking long. Too many goddamn false finishes. That match should have ended 10 minutes before it fucking did.
That match first of all,
it could have told a story in 10 minutes less than what they went.
How long did they go?
They went like 45 fucking minutes in a tag match.
36 minutes.
It felt like 45. It's way too fucking long.
6 minutes. And it was the main event on a New Japan show.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
All right, so basically, Edwards, the story of this match was telling was Omega's conflict with tagging with Ibushi, but also his best friend Matt Jackson,
right,
being on the other side. So it was more so his conflict with Matt than even Nick. So with all like the big maneuvers they did, a lot of them were either is Omega going to go through the table or is Matt going to go through the table?
And they did a good job of selling Matt's hurt back and everything like that.
And you got to listen. How good are the Bucks with the 2-man offense? Dude, they are so fluid. They get better and better.
Because that's all they know how to do is those fucking cheesy fucking flippity floppity double team moves.
A lot. Come on, they're more than
Meltzer drivers and super kicks. That's all they know how to do.
There wasn't even a lot of super kicks in that match. Were you watching?
No, there wasn't. I'll give you that. There wasn't.
and fucking Ibushi's out of this world.
And what I don't like is I hated this. When a wrestler, he's got fucking Matt up for the goddamn one-winged angel, and they are standing there for a good 10 seconds. And Kenny's sitting there going, am I going to do this? Am I going to fucking do this? And Matt's sitting there going, just do it. Just do it, Kenny. And I'm sitting there going, why the fuck would you want him to fucking do the move?
It was kind of like, just do it already. Put me out of my misery.
It's like the fucking Shawn Michaels Ric Flair thing where he's like, just give it to me. And Ric Flair and Michaels is like, I'm sorry. I love you. In a real fucking wrestling match, would you do that shit? No.
No. I didn't have that big a problem with it. I think in the context of the match, I think it was like, just get it. It was more like, just get it over with type of thing.
They should have got it over with 10 minutes before they did.
And the other thing too is, be fair, a lot of the false finishes on Matt off those big maneuvers were saves by Nick. It wasn't like he was kicking at everything either. True.
And honestly, that crowd was dead up until that fucking match too.
Plus,
oh man.
Plus, you got the with Nick and Kenny hugging, and then Cody pushing Matt, saying he had one job. You know what I mean? So it built onto the
Being the Elite with the Cody Rhodes redoing the Bullet Club logo was fucking. Cody has made this thing interesting.
Yes, I agree.
I did not start watching the Being the Elite thing until the Bullet Club started crumbling.
It's actually been pretty. It's been pretty good. It was
Because I
pretty
want
good up till that,
more-
but it wasn't.
The reason
weren't
why is
playing out
because, and
the story
Jeff
really out.
Jeff can attest to this too, because I've hated this fucking entire Bullet Club concept. They're nothing more than a fucking millennial NWO.
NWO.
That's all they are. And now where are they going with it? The exact same place WCW went with it. They're going to split it up into two different NWO Bullet Club factions. Okay?
But did the NWO that played out on the same show? They could split the Bullet Club and have the story play out over ROH.
It's
and
going to
New
lead
Japan,
into it's going to lead into they got that War of the Worlds thing coming up. That's where it's going to go down. With the ROH Bullet Club with Cody versus the damn New Japan Bullet Club with fucking Kenny. Okay?
See, I don't know because everybody says that, but the Young Bucks are just as much an ROH part of the Bullet Club.
That's the thing. I think it's going to divide the fucking Young Bucks in half.
Let me ask you guys.
I don't.
When they decided to do this, would you guys say that they were still over? Did they need to do it? Because
No.
NWO needed the split when they split.
Honestly, no. Cody Rhodes coming in kind of fucked up their momentum. I'll say that. They were
What do you
over
think,
like
AC?
fucking Rover, and then Cody Rhodes coming in and causing the rift.
I don't know if I agree with that because look at all their the with getting into like what do you call it, Hot Topic and all this shit. Would all that happen without Cody? I don't know that it would.
Good point.
They were in Hot Topic without Cody. They were in Hot Topic before Cody Rhodes even came along.
Would they have sold
The Young
though?
Bucks, yes, the Young
Is
Bucks
that
were
true?
selling.
No, I don't think that's true.
Dude, the Young Bucks had their shit in Hot Topic before Cody Rhodes even joined the Bullet Club.
I don't think that's fact. I don't think that's true.
Dude, they've had
The
it
American,
for well
no,
over
it's
2
not.
years.
No, it's not.
Man.
No, that's not true because I'll tell you this right now. It's not true because the first show they did when they first got on Hot Topic, the American Nightmare short was in there.
I'm trying to take a look at this here. Hold
Now
on.
I can't remember.
It absolutely was. He absolutely was part of. I'm not. They might have got him without him. I don't know that they would have. I like it. I like the storylines breaking out over both shows, but I also like the fact that they can go away from it on Ring of Honor and have Cody have the program he had with Taven, and Marty Scurll could be going after the Ring of Honor title. You know what I mean? I don't necessarily know that they're gonna totally split the Bullet Club. There's right now, if you look at it, guys that are, you could say are Team Cody, it's only Marty Scurll and Hangman Page. That's it. The Young Bucks are on the fence. They seem like they're more with Kenny Omega now than they are with. Now, before, you could see a natural split. New Japan guys with Kenny, Bucks and Cody take their ROH side. They've kind of blurred that line now, though. I don't know if you're gonna get that split like that.
Now they have merchandise and Cracker Barrel because apparently Cracker Barrel puts these guys over on Twitter.
Yeah, well, they're always in there too. When they've shot so many scenes on being the elite in Cracker Barrel too.
Bad News Johnson in our chat room says Cody is the best thing ever to happen to Bullet Club, and being the elite storyline is one of the best things in wrestling. I'm hooked. I don't watch it every single week, but I have watched it since they started the whole fucking split deal. Because I like the idea of watching this fucking famous fucking teeny bopper that's millennial. That Bullet Club thing defines millennial to me. And I love nothing more than seeing it crumble apart. Because the fans are sitting there going, oh, what are we going to do? They're going to break up. Yeah. You know?
Who is saying that? Like, who do you talk to? Like, like all my friends are into this, and none of them talk like that.
Yeah.
Like, where do you get this from?
I gotta go sit in the corner with my Young Bucks shirt on and
Oh
beat
my
off the
God.
Kenny Omega matches. Yeah.
Like, where do you get this from?
I'm sitting there going,
I will tell you this.
We were sitting at the CWF show, or no, it was Queens of Combat. It was the day before the big Access show a couple weeks ago. And I'm sitting there looking at Jason from American Lucha Designs going, half the motherfuckers that are here are these damn One Fall fans, okay? And I'm sitting there going, I bet you every single one of these motherfuckers are going to be sitting in front of their TVs naked, jerking off tomorrow watching Access.
I will tell you this. Obviously, I like the storyline, and I like the Bullet Club. If somebody told me the Bullet Club went away, would I cry about it? No. Okay, I really wouldn't. I think it's cool. I like it. I like it in New Japan. I like the faction. Whatever. It's cool. It could take it or leave it. But talking about the fans, I don't totally agree with you with all the me hiding in the corner shit. But I will tell you this: there is a large portion of Bullet Club fans who are exactly what you say they are. And Joe, I think you and I played this on a show before, because the Kingdom spent last summer touring the country as for ROH and for NEW.
Can you name the members of the Bullet Club? Yeah.
Yeah. So every time a guy would walk by them with a Bullet Club shirt on, they'd actually take their phone out and record and be like, "Can you name all the members of the Bullet Club?" And I'm sure they had guys that could. But of course, they had a bunch who couldn't, and they were posting it all over their social media.
Bad News Johnson in our chat room goes, by the way, I'm pretty sure the Bullet Club was in Hot Topic before Cody.
I don't think it was. I don't think they were. Either way, it's rather here nor there. But now, they might have had the deal in place, but they definitely, when they got in, Cody was part of it.
Now I have to boycott
when the shirts actually went in, Cody was part of it.
I have to boycott Cracker Barrel, and you guys know my love for Biscuitville anyway. But I would never. They have this they have this hat with the Cracker Barrel logo that is two biscuits with muscles doing the Young Bucks pose, and it says Biscuit Party.
So
now I got to boycott one of my favorite restaurants because they're supporting these assholes.
Forgotten your bacon to the point you had to call them out on Twitter so they could give you a free coupon again.
No, not yet. But my girlfriend did get a chicken. My girlfriend did get a chicken biscuit the other day from there, and it was like all gristle. It was really tough to eat. She didn't even eat it. She threw it away, and she goes, "I want you to get on Twitter right now and complain to them." I'm like, I'm not doing it twice, okay? Shame me once, and I'll get my free shit. But that's it.
Edwards, were you on that podcast?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, he was here.
Yep. Oh, yeah. We broke down Biscuitville.
Oh, y'all gotta come down.
How much bacon he gets on his biscuit.
I'm telling you right now, y'all got to come down and get you one of them biscuits.
Yeah, but anyway, the majority of the Bullet Club fans that the Kingdom called out, wouldn't know Chase Owen if he fell on him.
Right, yeah. Well, speaking of getting called out on Twitter, White, did you let AC know what happened last week? Because I'd love to get his opinion.
Oh, with the CWF thing?
Yeah.
All right.
What happened?
We're going to go back into CWF territory here, folks. I, last week on the show, mentioned how the rosters...
On the CWF after show?
Yeah, it was on the after show. I mentioned how the roster's momentum has kind of been going downhill a little bit. Some of the guys who were getting real big singles pushes under the old booking regime have kind of filtered down a little, died down a little. And I mentioned...
Your boy's not the booker anymore?
Nah. I'll tell you about that off air. Anyway.
Okay.
And then I mentioned how Trevor Lee has pretty much ran over the entire CWF and beat the entire CWF roster.
Trevor Lee!
And he's had that belt for 2 fucking years and has pretty much beaten everybody on the roster.
That's what they did with Brian Anthony in NEW. That's why they had to bring Taven back to beat him.
So, okay, they had to bring in an outsider to beat him, right?
Well, he wasn't an outsider. Basically, the story went like this. Taven was the champion. They spent like a year, not a year, but they probably 6 months, 3-4 matches, him and Brian. Brian finally beats him. So... Brian's a champion for like 1,000 days. Now, Taven's still doing NEW shows, not every show, because he's now with Ring of Honor TV champion. So at the Bethany shows, what they would do is Taven would bring in another Ring of Honor guy. So they'd have like Taven versus Bobby Fish, Taven versus Tommaso Ciampa, Taven versus Bennett, and Bethany. So then they finally realized that everybody in Bethany hated Brian Anthony. So logically, the next best thing was have Taven take that title back off of Bryan. But they had that guy to do it. That's my point.
with the crowd in Gibsonville and the CWF fan base, including myself, everybody loves fucking Trevor and would love to see him hold the belt forever. But
what's the problem?
From a booking standpoint, you have to sit there and go, eventually he's got to lose it. Who does he lose it to if the entire fucking roster, he's beating everybody?
Which we're gonna
But
send
at the same time,
Justice a workout program, put some mass on him, and he's gonna kick Trevor Lee's ass.
But at the same time, though,
you're gonna no-sell that comment?
yeah. But at the same time, you know,
come on, me and Kane are friends now.
It can't be an outside guy that beats him. Kane is the only guy who he has not had a singles match with in that company. But
is
everybody
he getting
thinks
big enough? No, real talk here, not joking. Is he getting big enough to the point where he can? Huh?
He looks the same.
No. I mean, like, is he over enough?
Yeah.
Not big enough with the fans to
Here's
wrestle.
the thing, though. We got to show the fans that he's a rookie and hasn't earned it yet, so they've kind of toned him down a little.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, hasn't he been there a while? We had that fight like a year ago.
A year. He's been there a year. October was his 1-year anniversary as being a full-time wrestler.
No rematch with Chip Day?
No. It's an outside guy. If Trevor has a rematch and Chip Day's not going to take the belt off of him. My point is it has to be somebody locally, their core roster that shows up every week to take the title off this guy, but he's beating everybody. So I mentioned that. And then one of their wrestlers, Eric Royal, who is awesome, probably the number 2 guy in the company. He's probably the number 1 heel in the company, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, definitely.
Is that the one that dates the girl there? What's her name?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm out of the loop. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up here.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but anyway.
He's talking about Eric Andrews.
No, it's not Eric Andrews. This is Eric Royal.
Oh, okay, well, I remembered Eric. That's all. I tried to put 2 and 2 together.
Eric Royal, who's an awesome heel, awesome worker, pretty much calls me out and talks about how, explain how everybody's being misused except for the champion and how the roster's depleted and you're not a booker. He's not a booker because he, the old stupid Mark thing that I'm always.
Can I ask a question? I don't know if and I'm not saying this to be an asshole. If any guys in the business are listening, and they could tweet me about it if they want. Why are wrestlers so fucking sensitive?
Here he goes, Jeff.
Oh my God! Why are you so sensitive? Like, you just go out there and kick ass. Who cares? Like, are you really that worried about what Joe White says? No, and sorry, White, that came out wrong.
Thank you. No,
but
you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're doing a show. You do a show that helps put them over. Cool. That doesn't mean you have to go on that show and kiss everyone's ass all the time and say that everything's great. Sometimes things are not going to be good.
Thank you.
Like when I was on that show with you, and I said, you know what I mean? When I said something about the camera angle, and I said something about Chip Day looked tired, you know what I mean? Like, people got mad at me. All right, like, I'm sorry, but I'm just telling you what I saw. It doesn't mean I'm right, though. I'm not saying that. Doesn't matter. It's my opinion. Joe, you can have your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are they so sensitive about it?
We got a guy from the I guess he's from the UK, Mr. Stone, man. Thank you for getting up early and listening to us. He said good morning.
Oh, wow.
Here's what kills me. Here's another guy I put over and
He's
mentioned.
He's from the UK?
Yeah.
He probably won't be listening to White long.
No, he won't. Because my opinion of my opinion of UK WWE fans is very harsh, Stone Man. I'm telling you that now.
Listen,
why come over here?
You know what? That guy from the UK is probably a hell of a lot less sensitive than them damn wrestlers down there.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
And it's not just down there. I'm not just saying this about CWF. This is everywhere. Everywhere. NEW, every show I go to, wrestlers from up here, indie guys that used to train at the school that's now closed that my daughter used to go to, and wrestlers everywhere. Even like WWE guys, ROH, it doesn't matter. And it's not every guy. I'm just saying there's an awful lot of sensitive fucking wrestlers out there.
And since we have people from the UK listening, I have to preface this by saying it's these fans who came over here, I think it was like WrestleMania 29 or whatever, and started the beach balls. They started doing the waves. They started doing the one fall and two sweet after every fucking thing.
But over there, they might think you're a boring fan.
They probably do,
Yeah.
but here's my point to all
wrong with
this.
that?
Here's my point to this.
Yeah, white.
WWE comes over to your fucking country in May. You're going to spend thousands of fucking dollars to come over here and do that shit when you could probably spend 1/8 of the fucking money and do that, that bullshit at
It's
your
Mania,
own fucking
White.
country.
It's Mania, White.
I don't care. Mania.
Say I'm right, White.
You're not. I don't care if you're right. I still got my opinion. Do your one falls and your soccer chants and when they come to your fucking country.
Wait a minute. Wait. First of all, this guy comes in. It's early in the morning, and he says good morning, and you're tearing him down.
I'm not tearing him down.
That's like telling Irish fans not to come watch Conor McGregor in the U.S. What?
But do they do the stupid soccer chants and the beach balls?
Hey, listen, they have a European title in NXT now for a reason, White.
Yeah, White.
It's never fucking defended. He goes, we do the too sweet because Villain is from England. They were doing that shit long before Marty Scurll joined the Bullet Club. It has nothing to do. They do this stupid soccer. Hey, Bailey. Ooh.
Yeah, but wait,
that's a British fucking thing that started. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
no American fans would disrespect that shit.
British fans and fans from that part of Europe, they cheer like that in everything, not just
everything.
That's what I'm talking
cheer
about.
Like that during fights. They cheer like that during boxing.
And
they cheer like that during soccer. Why do they have to change though? Why do you want them to change? I don't understand.
Your own fucking country.
It doesn't matter why you want them to come here. Okay, you have to come here and sit on your hands. Come on, dude.
You have to be boring like us.
Here's the thing. New Japan, okay, has some of the most subdued fans in the world. Yeah. If they came over here, I would show them the same fucking respect.
I just don't get why you think
it's disrespectful to the match that's happening in the ring to do that shit.
It's disrespectful. They spent their hard-earned money. Why
it's disrespectful when there's a match going on in the ring and you pop out a stupid wave or a soccer chant that has nothing to do with the match or a fucking beach ball. It's disrespectful.
I'm sensitive as the workers now. Wait, come on. Listen. Let's be honest. They're there having a good time. It's not that they're not into the. If you're not into the show, I could see what you're saying.
They're not into it. Why would you bring out a fucking beach ball?
Hey, Americans have been doing the wave at baseball games for years.
Right. Why would you do a wave at a baseball game? Why would you bring out a beach ball at a baseball game? Why would you throw snowballs at a football game? You know what I mean? Like, come on. People do this shit everywhere all the time.
Stoneman says it's more of a rugby thing. Well, no wonder, because rugby ain't over in the U.S.
when Mayweather went over to the UK and fought.
He says, but the UK people are fucked. He's on my side. I'm right. Yes. Say I'm right, Edwards.
Listen, Mayweather went to the UK and fought Ricky Hatton. In the whole fight, it was, oh, Ricky Hatton.
It's fucking stupid.
Ricky Hatton and this crazy chair. They were going nuts the whole fight.
But they're chanting and watching the fight. They're not popping off beach balls.
Come on. A couple times you see a beach ball. Who gives a fuck? It's a.
You wouldn't be saying that if you were in the ring busting your ass working.
This is gonna drive you crazy. So I gotta tell you
the night after WrestleMania, I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm telling you.
My story because it's gonna drive you crazy. I love it. So we're in Bethany, right? And we have this guy Dave Woods who makes these incredible signs. So he makes a sign of Taven basically naked with the title belt covering his junk and his hair and everything, and it was like long. So he called it crowd surfing Taven. So for like the first 3 minutes of his match, literally we passed the sign around the building. And everybody was chanting, crowd surfing Taven, crowd surfing Taven.
Now, here's what kills me, though. Here's what kills me.
Drove you crazy.
John Cena, okay? When the beach balls come out during a John Cena match, John Cena will stop what he's doing either in the ring or if it's a tag match on the apron, and he will sit there and look at the crowd and put his hands up like, throw me the ball. And then he gets on the ring and go on the mic after the match and goes, we all had fun here tonight, didn't we? And I'm like, they didn't watch a fucking thing you did in the goddamn ring. That's what you do.
John Cena's the man. Come on. Let's be honest. It takes you 3 seconds. You take your eyes off the ring for 3 seconds, and you hit the damn beach ball back. That doesn't mean you're not into the show.
You know what I love? I love the security guards that pop the motherfuckers. That's what I love. Because the fans boo them, and I'm like, they fucking specifically told you not to bring them in the building. You're lucky you're not ejected.
Watch the
fucking match. React to the match.
Watch SmackDown, and that announcer gives them the chance to say one fall.
I hate that shit. And you hate it too. You know you fucking hate it too.
He exit on.
AC came on here and goes, White, I never knew what you meant about the one fall thing until I fucking watched it, and it annoys the piss out of me too. That's exactly what you said.
I think I said it annoys the piss out of me.
You said it annoys you. You don't like it.
Get it? Like I don't know why you have to do it every match.
Neither do I.
Whatever.
And at the Queens of Combat match, at the Queens of
But
Combat show,
I'm not gonna tell the entire UK, don't spend your money to come to WrestleMania and act like a UK fan. Like, come on, dude. Like,
I think okay. Here's the thing. Would you travel regardless of whether it's WrestleMania or not? Would you fucking, if they held the Super Bowl in England and you could go, would you go there to watch the fucking Super Bowl, or no, I'll wait fucking 2 or 3 more months when football season starts back up again, whatever the case may be, and I'll just watch my fucking Patriots or Giants play in my hometown?
If the Giants were in the Super Bowl and it was in London and I had a chance to go, would I go?
Yeah.
Yes, I would go.
I wouldn't. I'm sorry.
Why? It's not really a fair comparison.
All right, if they hold,
how do I
you're
know?
right.
But listen, how do I know that the Giants are ever going to be in the Super Bowl again?
If
I could go see them playing the Super Bowl, I would go see them play the Super Bowl in fucking Singapore.
If they were holding WrestleMania in England, which probably could happen in the next 10 years, I give it time, okay? But they're coming to Charlotte or Greensboro a month later. I'm going to say, fuck it. I'll catch the same goddamn matches a month later in Greensboro.
It's still not the same, though.
It is. It's the same
match. Have you been to WrestleMania?
If it was, Stoneman says, if it was in London, you'd probably get robbed.
Have you been to WrestleMania?
No.
Right. It's different. Trust me. I've been there. It's different.
It's wrestling. It's still, dude, a month later, they're going to do the WrestleMania Revenge Tour and give you the same matches in your own hometown.
It's still not the same, though. It's not the same. I've been to house shows. I've been to house shows, and I've been to WrestleMania. I've been to Money in the Banks. It's different when you're there.
Let's talk about Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon versus Owens and Zayn. We'll give predictions on Sunday, but...
Yeah, Sunday. Speaking of, White.
Sunday.
I had a blast tonight, but I'm going.
All right.
AC, love you.
Love you, man. We'll
3 o'clock Sunday?
3 o'clock on Sunday.
3 p.m.
All right. We'll do it.
All right, Edwards. Thank you for coming on tonight, man.
All right. Thanks, White.
All right.
The real prediction is, do I get through from 5 p.m. to midnight without sleeping once? I don't think I will. I think I'll fall asleep at some point.
Are you going to have the alcohol out? That's the thing.
Nah, I haven't really been drinking much lately. I might have a drink or two.
Good.
Yeah, that won't be a factor.
Me and Edwards were sitting there debating on whether or not you were going to come on. We were like, he probably fell asleep. And we were like, we have this classic image.
No, it's Chris didn't come out until 10:30.
We have this classic
I got an
image.
hour to start.
We have this classic image of AC with his headband on and his headphones on, passed out in front of the computer with the scotch bottle next to him.
It has happened in the past, but not recently.
So Daniel Bryan and the Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, whatever. A lot of people are saying Shane McMahon turns heel. I like the idea. I like that idea.
That would add some interest for me.
They've teased it so much coming into it. That's just it.
They really have. Even with the hug thing the other night, where you didn't really want to give him a hug, you know.
And I have to wonder.
What are you gonna do, Daniel and Shane at SummerSlam?
I think Daniel Bryan comes to it. I think he's going to be, for now, because he's been cleared and he's got the bug again and he can do it. I think we'll see more of him than what we think for like the first couple months. But he's wanting a lighter schedule. I think somebody said 60 days is what he's looking at total.
60 days wrestling.
Yeah, and you know what though?
That has to be all TV and pay-per-view then.
Yeah.
He's not gonna do house shows.
But you know what though?
Nor
He
should he. He shouldn't do house
He
shows.
doesn't need to. He's the GM.
Right.
You can have him be the GM.
Right.
And still be on the road and making appearances.
Right. Every now and then he can come in.
But what I don't like is him being the GM and then, okay, it's time for the GM to wrestle. That's going to get old after a while.
Well, does Shane turn on him and fire him as GM?
I hope so. I don't want to see Daniel Bryan
make
as
him
the
a
GM.
worker. Make him a worker.
Another thing I want to see, I want to get your prediction on this now and then get Jeff's prediction on this later. The Battle Royals, okay? They're putting these 2 Battle Royals in the Cruiserweight match. There's a petition out there to get the Cruiserweight match put on the main show. I don't think it's going to happen.
Here's the thing. I like Cedric a lot. Ring of Honor guy. Seen him on indie shows and all that.
Yep.
And I really would like to see him wrestle on WrestleMania. But given how I would say not a lot of people are really clamoring for 205 Live, I could see why it's on the pre-show. It's on the pre-show. Right, it was. It was Aries and Neville last year too, by the way, which is a bigger match.
Neither of which are with the company now.
Right, but because I like Cedric, I wish it was on the main card, but I think that's going to end up on the pre-show. Yeah.
NXT Takeover. This is the real reason why we brought you on.
Maybe they can do it like towards the end instead of being because last year was the first match too.
I think it should be like Battle Royal. I think you have like Battle Royal.
Do the girls Battle Royal first.
Yeah, do the girls Battle Royal. Because the main.
Because I don't think it's a slap at the girls by doing their Battle Royal first. They got 2 championship matches on the main show. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised all the SJWs going, there should no reason a women's match should be on the pre-show, period. I guarantee you there's 1 or 2 fans out there doing that bullshit.
Up already.
Exactly. So I think they should do Battle Royal. The main thing of the pre-show is to show you all the fucking video packages that you're getting ready to see anyway on the main show. But I think they have Renee Young come on with Shawn Michaels or whatever, and you talk about the shit for 5 minutes, and then you say, okay, we're going to the ring now with the Battle Royal, the women's Battle Royal. You have your women's Battle Royal, fucking comes down to Bayley and Sasha, and Bayley wins.
So they're doing both Battle Royals on the pre-show.
Yeah. I think then you have a couple more video packages, give time for people, because my main complaint about the Cruiserweight title match last year, and every time the pre-show deal happens,
so they'll probably do the Cruiserweight match in between.
I don't think they should. I think the Cruiserweight match should go on last because
I agree.
You do the Battle Royals while everybody's filing into the building, because the main thing that pissed me off last year about Aries and Neville,
nobody there.
There's nobody in the building.
There was maybe like 10,000 people in there at the time.
You give the fucking fans time to file in while you show the video packages. You have a couple Battle Royals, then and then do the Cruiserweight right before you fucking get ready to go on air.
Well, yeah, the thing is too, like, you're asking people to get in their seat at 5 o'clock and then sit in that seat till midnight. You know what I mean? That's a long time, man. Yeah. We're home. It's gonna feel long for us, but we could get up easy, go to the bathroom, something to eat, whatever. You know what I mean? You really gotta plan that, Let's
talk about NXT real quick. Have you been keeping up at all with the NXT build? For this takeover?
I know about the ladder match. I haven't been watching NXT much now. It's not even because I don't like NXT. I do, but at the same time, like, think about it. You got so many hours in a day to watch TV, right? Yeah. Like, that's an extra hour of stuff. Yeah, I could watch it, but I don't need to watch NXT to enjoy the takeover. So exactly. I kind of just, it's.
Here's, golly, we got 6 people watching. Thanks for staying up with us, guys. Here's my thing about TakeOver, and this is what I usually do. After TakeOver, the first 2, I
will watch it before we come on Sunday, though. I will get that done.
The first 2 episodes of NXT after TakeOver don't mean shit. They're filler. They're like, these are bullshit matches that we filmed before TakeOver.
Yeah, it's like the first 2-3 episodes of Ring of Honor after a pay-per-view, because they were filmed either right then and there, or filmed before, and they just show highlights.
So I'll sit there and I'll pick a day before the takeover. Usually it's the day before or the Thursday or Friday before, and I'll binge watch like the last 4 NXT episodes
just to catch up.
You know.
Yeah.
Technically,
I mean, the ladder match to me is going to be sick.
Up.
Ricochet is just going to go over huge.
Well,
I don't know that he's going to win it.
He did that fucking. I call it the superhero landing. Because I think apparently last week was the first time he was ever seen on NXT TV. Because they had.
Yeah, I think he was only doing the house shows for a while.
They had all 6 guys in the ring because it was Killian Dane versus Lars Sullivan, and the 2 big men are beating each other up, and then all of a sudden, Velveteen Dream runs in, and Adam Cole runs in, and all 6 of these guys run in, and you got all 5 of them there, except Ricochet, and then Ricochet comes in to this stupidest fucking music I've ever heard, and he's dressed in his little hoodie, his fucking sweater vest with a hood, and comes running in the ring.
So
I looked.
I don't know about the music, but that's how he's come to the ring.
I looked at my girlfriend and I did the whole Deadpool thing. I was like, superhero landing. He's gonna do it. And then he hit the ropes and did a backflip and landed like a fucking Batman. I was like, yeah, superhero landing. That's gotta kill your knees though.
He's been doing that shit forever. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Fuck, I mean, goddamn him and that Zack Sabre
he's gonna go over huge with the fans in that ladder match because he's gonna steal it. He's gonna go crazy.
So I think that my picks, we could do NXT picks right now.
Actually, probably the best indie match I saw all year last year was probably him versus Cody or Keith Lee versus Dijak. Those 2 matches are crazy.
Let's do our picks here. They got Andre Cien Almas versus Aleister Black for the title. Been a hell of a build between these 2.
I like that CNL Mouse guy.
So do I.
His match with Gargano was fucking great at the last takeover.
I said the same thing. Hashtag Deadpool. Hashtag superhero landing. That's funny. I think that Aleister Black is probably winning, and I think you're going to see Andre Cien Almas in the damn Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and I think he's going to be on SmackDown following WrestleMania because Ray is not coming in.
Well,
Alberto's not coming in.
That'll be the cue that he's right. That'll be the cue that he's headed to the main roster because
they need that Latin American influence on one of the shows and on SmackDown.
Yeah, they really don't have much now. They don't really use Kalisto much.
No.
Is he still there?
Yeah. Him and Sin Cara are both.
Sin Cara. Yeah. What are they doing with them?
Nothing. Main event. Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler. I think Ember Moon is another one that's coming up right after. And I think Shayna Baszler, I think she's too green to even be doing, but she's had more experience than Ronda at least. Because she's actually wrestled on Independence. But the way they book Shayna Baszler, I think Baszler's getting it.
Think they hire the whole 4 horsewomen and have Ronda's faction.
Eventually.
It was Shayna Baszler, her, Jessamine Duke, and somebody else. They're all MMA fighters, but then I believe they all train in wrestling too.
Yeah, I think they may. I don't think they hire the other 2. I could see them putting that fucking what's her face. Fuck. The one that's an MMA fighter that says square up, shut up, and square up, whatever. She's in the Absolution thing.
Oh, fuck.
Shows you how important she is, folks.
There's just so many women now. It's like tough to keep track.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're talking. The one with the
Sonya
tattoos.
Deville, that's her name.
Yeah, Sonya Deville. Yeah.
I think they put her in there and one other, and do their own version of it. But Baszler's walking away with this one. Do you think it's pretty safe to say they're going to give it to her?
I think it's a little quick, but
it is.
I guess.
It's too quick.
It's way too quick. Yeah.
The Undisputed Era. Adam Cole pulling double duty because Fish is injured. So it's Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly versus Authors of Pain versus Strong and Pete Dunne.
When are the Authors of Pain coming up? That's
they another thing, man. I honestly, if they don't come up this year, they're never coming up.
That's crazy. They'll probably fuck them up, but they're good. I like that team. Good.
I want to see. Honestly, I think the Undisputed Era is going to win this one. Because if Adam Cole wins the tag team titles, he's not winning that damn North American Championship.
North American title.
Have you seen the title?
I have not.
The center plate is a big gold circle or silver circle with like the outline of North America, like you would see on a map, in the middle. I don't like it at all. It kind of looks too much like the cruiserweight title.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't like it at all. Adam Cole, EC3, Killian Dane, Lars Sullivan, Ricochet, and Velveteen Dream. I think they're going to give it to fucking EC3.
I think so, too. I was about to say that.
But I would love to see Velveteen Dream get it. He's earned it. I love the Velveteen Dream character. He's fucking earned it ever since fucking going through Tough Enough and getting hired by them anyway. Patrick Clark, he's a freaking...
I mean, I would like to see him put on Ricochet. I know he wouldn't be going to 205 Live anytime soon.
Oh, he's still going to 205 Live.
It's so ridiculous.
But this North American title, do you see this as just them having a title to put on house shows? I don't think it's going to amount... It's going to be just as useless as that UK belt.
I hope not, but, I mean... Right. They haven't really done much with those kind of belts, so, yeah. I mean... It's tough to say. It's tough to say no. I mean, unless they're gonna expand that show to 2 hours or something, you know what I mean? Like, you have all these titles. When are you gonna defend them?
You have Gargano versus Ciampa. This is the match that everybody's creaming their pants over.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see that.
It's unsanctioned. If Gargano wins, he's reinstated to NXT. If Ciampa wins, Gargano's banned from NXT forever. I think you give it to Ciampa.
And send Gargano up.
Gargano goes to 205 Live.
No!
Everybody says no, but
Fuck
I guarantee you they did it to Roderick Strong.
I know they did.
They're going to do it to Gargano.
I got to tell you, those two are going to tear the house down. I guarantee you. I saw both of them many, many, many times on indie matches. I know I told you one of the best indie matches I ever seen was Eddie Edwards and Gargano.
Mm-hmm.
And plus the two of them obviously have great chemistry. That story, because of Ciampa's injury, was kind of one that went away and you didn't think about it.
That you need to watch the build for, because the build for this, man, but
I gotta go back and
for
watch
weeks
that.
they've had fucking Ciampa coming out there and acting like he's gonna cut a promo, but they've had all the crowd chanting Johnny Wrestling and they had him holding up signs with his little symbol on it. And one of the last weeks they did it, Ciampa's like, he's not here. He's not freaking here. He's gone. And he's tearing up people's signs. And finally he goes and one of the fans has got a big ass Gargano sign and he tears it up and it's a person in a mask and they rip the mask off and it's fucking Gargano and he jumps the rail and it's fucking beautiful.
I gotta check that out. How many episodes back should I go?
Go about 3 episodes back, honestly.
All right, cool.
And watch all of them, because the Dusty Classic that they're doing, I think it kind of...
I've never been into that Dusty Classic.
Neither do I, but them turning the finals of this into a 3-way match kind of devalues the tournament. It's like, what the fuck is the point? But the build for Almas and Black has been really good. All of this has been really good builds. And I'm telling you right now, though, folks...
What's going last? Title match?
I think they put the title match on last. Gargano and Ciampa are going to co-main event. I would not be surprised if they put Gargano and Ciampa on last, though.
I would that's why I brought it up, because I would put that match last, because it makes up the wind out of the crowd, you know.
But everybody praises Triple H for this shit, and if you think this is the kind of booking you're going to get if Triple H ever takes over, you're wrong, man.
No
way. Fucking wrong.
He likes that 50-50 Vince shit, too.
Yeah.
He's said it a million times.
Here's one that'll pop you.
I think he does that in NXT to give you that other wrestling that wrestling fans are looking for. I don't think he necessarily is ever going to book WWE that way.
Here's one for you. Former Indianapolis Colts kicker or punter Pat McAfee, who does Barstool Sports. Is that the XM station, the Barstool Radio?
I think they're on there, but Barstool's huge. They got a web. You never heard of Barstool?
I've heard of Barstool Radio.
Oh, yeah.
who
Well,
is on
they have
XM.
the radio, they have podcasts, they have everything. They're total like media. It's like if you're 18 to 45, that's where you're going for your sports now. You know what I mean? That's where you're going for your man stuff now. You know what I mean?
So apparently he's going to be joining the Pat McAfee. He's going to be joining the kickoff show for NXT.
Interesting.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, with them going out to these, like, the fucking Barstool, and they did the ESPN thing, and there's talk of them going to Fox. I think we're
going on Barstool is smart because that's a demographic they want. You know what I mean?
I think we're really, is that the demographic they want when they're so big into catering to the 5-year-olds?
Well, I put it okay. I take that back. That's a demographic they should be going after because every time they go after that demographic is when they're at their best and their show is at the best. The kids still watch it. You know what I mean? This is the problem.
What kills me, dude? Here's what kills me, man. My fucking kids, okay, my teenagers that I have, one of them's 18, one of them's 16. They like the shit that's more real and dirty and violent, okay?
Right.
They hate the fucking kiddie shit. My son hates the kiddie shit.
None of my daughter's friends watch WWE. None.
You know, I mean, I think that, I'm not saying you have to go attitude era with it.
No.
You don't have to
get
go
edgier,
dropping,
though.
You don't have to
edgier.
go dropping F-bombs, but saying the
Don't
word
book
shit
towards 8 years old.
occasionally in your 10 o'clock hour, saying the word shit is not going to harm anything.
No. Don't book everything to 8-year-olds, and that's what they do. Even Daniel Bryan's promo last night, I'm watching this. I'm like, he's booking this to they're talking to children. Like, no, you wouldn't talk to an adult that way.
But he cuts a hell of a promo.
Talk like you're talking to adults. Even kids don't want to be talked to that way.
I think Daniel Bryan, I think, reaches everybody. I think Daniel Bryan is the exception.
He does, and I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying last night that promo was very like, I was very like, oh, dude, come on, man, just cut a Daniel Bryan promo. Like you don't have to worry anyway. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna say anything crazy. But a lot of the promos they cut, not only sound scripted, but also sound like they're for 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
I think that's why so many people just gravitate towards Heyman now, even though he's been cutting the same promo for 2 years. But it's the only promo that's even somewhat edgy.
Now, the NXT stuff is a little bit more edgy, but it's still PG.
Yeah.
You know, you got Andre Cien,
which I don't understand. I don't understand that because the people that are watching that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
one fall. That's who watches it.
They like their beach balls and cheering. Yeah. You're kind of fans, White.
Dude, that NXT crowd when they go to Florida and fucking Center Stage in Atlanta, I hate the NXT crowds. I do. Because that's not the kind of people that are you know what they're doing? I feel like looking at those fans and going, don't get too attached to what you're watching. And NXT,
that's
NXT,
my problem
period.
with NXT too. Is like I fall in love with these guys and even their wrestler, the character, whatever. And you just know in the back of your mind that
Vince is
they have like a 5% chance of actually making it on the main roster. They might bring them up, but that means they're not going to make it.
Ember Moon is going to end up being in a tag team with fucking. Ember Moon's going to end up being in a tag team with fucking Nia Jax next week. The fucking Andre Cien Almas, he's going to come out there fucking shaking.
What are they going to do with Adam Cole? You're going to put Adam Cole on 205 Live too and just waste him?
Adam Cole is going to be the next Mike Kanellis. He's going to barely be seen.
Yeah, it's crazy. But that's a guy, speaking of another guy, who if you actually hand him a microphone and let him talk, he could actually talk. He could actually have a character. But no, we got to make him Maria's bitch.
Nah, here's the thing with him. It's called he got signed and then told WWE, I got a pill problem. And I bet you that didn't sit over too well with them. He gets signed and then a week later he's like, hey, yeah, I got an addiction problem.
But they probably failed a test is probably why he told them.
Yeah. And then they're like, well, we hired this motherfucker.
Well, either way, Adam Cole. Yeah, I mean, listen, they've gotten rid of guys, like, you know what I mean, before. It will look bad.
You know what kills me is why is Roderick Strong on 205 Live? And he's also terrible. Still in fucking NXT with Pete Dunne.
Interesting. I kind of was worried with Roddy signing there because the thing about Cole is you put the stick in Cole's hand and Cole, he's great. Roddy, I love Roddy. Roddy's had so many great matches in Ring of Honor, so many different guys. But I never knew if Roddy was gonna be, the guy, that type of guy where, he's gonna have a character and have to talk on the microphone and everything else. I mean, again, 205 Live, it's just not that good. Here's the thing, it has nothing to do with the guys on 205 Live. It's just. It's almost like they don't care about it. It's like, we got 205 Live. I have a couple matches on Raw here, and we got this show over here. You know what I mean? It's like they don't really put the effort into 205 Live.
It's the go-home show to WrestleMania. You think they want to showcase fucking Cedric versus them? They didn't even have a cruiserweight match this week.
Which tells you there's no way they're putting that match on the main card.
Apparently, luscious Johnny Valiant has died after being hit by a truck.
Wow. When the hell did this happen?
This is from the Turnstile 45 minutes ago. Thomas Sullivan, apparently this happened yesterday. April 4th, which is yesterday. At 10:39 p.m., they posted, saddened to hear WWE Hall of Famer, luscious Johnny Valiant, passed away this morning at the age of 71. Police say Valiant ran across a busy road, not in a course, so he was fucking jaywalking, and he was struck by a truck. The driver of the truck remained at the scene. He's fucking hit by a goddamn truck.
That's sad.
Too
bad. Very sad, yeah. Very sad.
Lesson, kids, don't fucking jaywalk.
Right, well, don't want to jaywalk. Especially on busy roads where trucks are speeding.
Yeah, in the middle of fucking Pennsylvania. A truck hit him in Ross Township, Pennsylvania on Wednesday. He was 71. Part of me wants to say
maybe he didn't know. Maybe he didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a way to go.
Yeah, definitely. The fuck. All right, I gotta bail out.
Yeah,
I gotta put my MMA show together and get to bed.
Note, but
what's that?
I hate to end on such a fucking down note, but goddamn,
I know.
That's a hell of a way to go.
Yeah, terrible. But we got plenty of material for Sunday.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and give WrestleMania predictions on Sunday. We'll talk about how NXT went.
Yep.
The Valiant Brothers were a damn good tag team.
Maybe we should start at 2:30 and do a half hour in NXT before we get into predictions for.
We can do that.
27 matches on Mania. You know what I mean? Just do a quick NXT rundown, then at 3 go into Mania.
We can do that. I might have my boy Robert coming over too, so we'll see how that goes.
All right, let me know.
All right, folks, we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for staying up late with us. For AC and Jeff Edwards, I'm Joe White, and we'll see you down the road.